Eddie Brock is missing while his son Dylan and symbiote partner are at odds with one another. Can they make it out the other side? Well, let's hop into the pages of Venom issue number 4 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up from where the last issue had left off, Dylan had asked the Venom symbiote to stay behind while he, Sleeper, and Archer looked into a lead. Which of course all ended up being one giant trap set by Liz Allen and the Alchemex Corporation. Luckily, Sleeper was smart enough to send out a pheromone message that only other symbiotes could read. Now the Venom suit knows there's a problem, but still isn't really 100% sure about how to react. It and Dylan haven't exactly been on good terms lately ever since the assumed death of Eddie Brock. But all those complicated adopted family feelings are going to have to be put on the back burner as the Venom suit ends up coming under attack by Spearhead, a brand new anti-symbiote super soldier created by Carlton Drake and the Life Foundation. The Venom suit actually says that he smelled the guy in this costume before. He was one of the nameless military thugs that they beat up in a previous issue. But now he's come packing some brand new tricks, a suit that not only protects him and boosts his strength, but also a state-of-the-art sonic spear, which can greatly affect the symbiote suit's ability to take a solid form. Now back over with Dylan, we see Liz Allen and her scientists running all sorts of tests on the poor young kid. We had heard in the last issue that ever since Null and the events of King in Black, all the mega corporations in the Marvel Universe are getting ready for a symbiote arms race. Here's the interesting thing though, Liz and Carlton and the Life Foundation figure that the only way they're going to win that battle isn't just by taking control of symbiotes, but evolving what they can do. Allen had hoped that Dylan Brock's connection to the symbiote codexes might give them the edge they needed, only here's the problem: every time they try and add his DNA to the symbiote samples they have, for some reason they all end up rejecting each other. It's clear that whatever Dylan is, no one fully understands it yet. It's here at his lowest moment Dylan ends up calling out in anger and sadness for his father, and Eddie, wherever he is in time and space, actually ends up responding by taking control over a bunch of all the different symbiote subjects in the lab. This is actually a really cool, really striking, really horrifying image wherein Eddie basically becomes a huge symbiote chimera. We are also reminded that this is something of a time travel story. Wherever Eddie went, he thought that he had to tell his son that he could only trust the symbiote suit and Archer. Only Eddie is shocked to find out that not only did Archer betray Dylan, but that there may also be other versions of himself running around in time. Eddie also can't hold this line of communication for long as it's incredibly taxing. He tells his son to stay strong and that he needs to reunite with the symbiote. Because despite all their ups and downs and the big gap that's between them right now, Eddie knows the symbiote better than he does just about anyone else. There is good inside it. But more importantly, a little piece of Eddie will always exist inside the symbiote, so in a way, when he and his son unite, they are together, they are Venom. And from there, you can pretty much guess where the story is going. Dylan is able to escape his bonds, fight his way to rescue Sleeper, and just when he's cornered by Liz Allen and her goon squad, the suit comes in and they're able to form up once more. Oh, but wait, as the comic comes to a close, we have some big revelations we need to talk about. Carlton Drake is met in his office by Meridius, that strange symbiote creature that talked with Eddie at the end of time all the way back in the first issue. Apparently, Meridius actually saved Carlton Drake's life and has been puppeteering him this whole time. Furthermore, as we discover, Meridius is actually the host for the symbiote known as Bedlam, the evil, all-powerful entity that wanted to unseat Eddie Brock as the King in Black. And it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everybody. So that was Venom issue number 4, and overall I am continuing to enjoy what's going on here. The relationship between Dylan and his symbiote suit is getting a lot more complex, a lot more layered, and a lot more interesting than I probably would have given it credit for when this whole thing started. They're both dealing with trauma and loss, and I certainly think there's something there. Then in the background, we have this bigger story beginning to form about symbiotes, them evolving, and time travel. I certainly wouldn't have pegged Venom as a time travel superhero story, but then again, Donny Cates did a lot of great work by leaning into the whole cosmic alien horror stuff, so I guess Venom is a, much more malleable character than I thought. Still not loving Carlton Drake as a villain, because I never have, but I guess it is cool that he's only a puppet of a much bigger, much more evil entity, and as far as evil CEOs go, I think Liz Allen's actually being used good here. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. I didn't enjoy it quite as much as the issue that preceded it because there's not as much human drama going on, but they're definitely promising some cool stuff in the future, and it's enough to keep me on board. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel, and if you're seeing me right now, what? That means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink, wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.